Really saying hi. You ate me too quickly.
I hear your son was very, very hungry.
Oh yes, so hungry, so hungry, so hungry.
So
Oh,
hungry.
I need to go to the bathroom. Bye.
Cute kid, that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Max. 1 second. Making sure it works. Yes. Can you hear it, Cam? Okay. Probably. Probably. Oh, good. Okay.
I mean, who can not see a lightsaber and automatically hear the noise? I mean, that's just
Right. Right. Why can't we hear Tet or the lightsaber?
Okay.
There
we go.
Podcast.
There we go. Can you guys hear me now?
We hear you.
No,
just
his
fine.
mic is not muted.
No,
Oh, hey, Zod.
There we go. Max, how's that?
Okay, awesome. Zod, that was not me in the grocery store. I was at Disneyland. Thank you for not scaring that poor woman by running up to her and saying, "For the Horde."
That would be the definition of awkward.
Awkward.
All right. Now
also, I have purple hair, so unless she was really tiny with purple hair, you were really mistaken.
Yep. What is hanging off your ceiling fan?
Oh, that would be I can't tell you.
Oh, okay.
Although, I mean, you are already introduced to them in the Fan Fest, so you are probably already familiar with who they are.
Oh, the Loperits?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No, I've completely met those. I'm 5 zones in, so.
Yeah, that is a Lilliput hanging out.
Okay, cool. In my defense, she was wearing a cool outfit.
Okay, then that could have been me.
Fair.
I was also wearing cool outfits, but I was in Disneyland.
Yes. Right. How to podcast.
How to podcast. Cat
Right.
pod.
Yeah.
Just had one. Where'd you go? Hey.
Oh, his little perfect baby princess is sleeping in the bed behind him. Our lazy ass boy is still in bed.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Dropped frames, none. Live, yes. Not recording. CPU usage 30 frames per second. Tets needs yours.
He does. I could go get you a pair of Mickey ears.
No, I'm
I
fine.
could get you your Captain America ears that match your shirt.
No, technically what I'd need for my character in Final Fantasy XIV is Oswald ears.
We have a pair.
I know, but yeah. All right.
Hey.
Are we good? Everyone have show notes?
Yeah.
I just pulled them up, and I'm trying to get Chrome to cooperate. See them. Being too tiny.
Talking to ourselves.
Oh, hey. Yeah. So, sorry, I did not update that.
There we go. That's okay.
Okay. There. This right above the camera, so it looks like I'm almost looking at people when I talk to them.
Right? Almost. Like
Almost. Oh.
Actually, should switch these two. Oh, no. Don't go full screen. Nope, bad. All right. Okay. Okay, before McCullough goes to sleep because of the light. Going in 5, 4, 3. On this episode of the AIE Podcast.
Nomads of the Lost Ark.
Where is the tank? Is going all druid, or maybe where is the other classes?
Life Day fun in SOTOR.
MFNs are back in full swing for 2022.
And what we did on our end of year vacation. Vacation.
Yay!
All that and more coming up right now.
Bringing you the latest news from the AIE gaming community from planet Earth and beyond. This is the AIE Podcast.
All right, one of these days I'll get that fixed so you guys can hear this. But welcome to episode 378 of the podcast celebrating you, the Alia Iacta Est gaming community. The Die Has Been podcast. This is Tetsemi. Me, Tetsemi here, How To Podcast. To my left and upstairs is Makala.
Hey guys, there's a bunch of portos in the guild kitchen. Please eat it before I do. But leave the giant Mickey Mouse gingerbread cookie alone. That is mine.
And to my right and 2 states over is Mewcow.
I'm Ron Burgundy. I mean, Yuko. Greetings, guildies.
Who are you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Trying to figure that out, aren't we?
Exactly. This week, well, we are talking to ourselves, but unsurprisingly, or maybe surprisingly, we do have a guest lined up for next time. So,
Hey, wait. We're planning ahead?
I know.
We have a plan?
Who are we?
We
Who are we?
maybe
Also,
11% of a plan.
How do we podcast?
Yes. I mean, we're partway there. We're two-thirds of the way there.
podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I know what I'm getting Tet for our upcoming anniversary.
Oh, there you go.
All right.
25th anniversary means new headphones?
Yes.
Maybe 30. Maybe 30 dating. I don't know.
We'll see.
Cat year anniversary.
Sure.
Yes.
Cativersary.
Ooh, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we will be digging into what we did on our winter break, and we did a lot, and it was a nice break, but we're glad to be back.
Yeah, we missed you guys.
But first, we need to cover where'd it go? This week's news.
AIE News.
All right, so it's a new year. We have our mandatory fun night schedule. Remember, mandatory fun night, where the fun is mandatory, but attendance is not. Sunday, we start out with WoW Classic at 2 p.m. Eastern. Sunday, STO in 12 minutes at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. That's right, yes. Sorry. Time zones are hard when you're in Arizona. Monday, Guild Wars 2 at 9:30 Eastern. Tuesday, SOTOR at 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock max. Y'all know the max time. Tuesday, Final Fantasy XIV casual rating at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday, Final Fantasy Fun Night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Thursday, Final Fantasy. Guys, do you ever stop?
No.
Do you ever
No.
stop?
Have you
No,
met
keep going.
Have you met Abbo?
Yeah, no. Getting him to breathe during a podcast is hard enough. I'm
Right.
sorry. Thursday, Final Fantasy XIV progression reading, 9:30 Eastern. Friday, ESO, 9 p.m. Eastern. Friday, guess what game, guys? Yeah, it's Final Fantasy. Late night fun nights at 11 p.m. Eastern. Saturday, Lotro at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Saturday. You're not going to believe this, guys. It's
Map.
Final Fantasy XIV. Okay, Final Fantasy runs more raids and such than I do playing RPGs, and that's impressive. Anyway, Saturday, Maps Night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, and of course, Saturday, Noob Raid in WoW at 11 p.m. Eastern.
And the new maps are awesome. That new place that you go to, ooh, perfect.
Awesome.
All right. Let's go over to Guild Podcast News and see what SWTOR Escape Podcast has been up to. They're at about 410 in their episode numbers. Always in motion. Everyone's always, it seems around here. Yeah. Always in motion to the future. With that in mind, we still try predicting what's coming in 2022, which is 2022, not 2022.
2.
Comma 2. Right.
Yeah, comma 2. Yeah.
Yeah, comma.
One of those cases where you don't want the comma.
Right.
And they have their annual predictions and wishes show. Looks like it's a lot of fun. Then over in Working Class Nerds, they're up to episode 136, The Bang Gang. Marcus and Nick are joined by SM Playboy. Playboy is a Twitch streamer, giant Star Wars and anime nerd, and a great friend of both the show and their streams. The three of them have ridiculous, because it's all in caps, you have to say it, special, conversations about all the games they're playing, and of course, SM Playboy's streaming career. So enjoy. And if you're curious about SM Playboy, it is at Twitch TV/SMPlayBOI.
Boy.
Boy.
And in STO Fleet Action Report, FAR Episode 79, Call to Arms, TFO's Assault on Tarek Nor, Brotherhood of the Sword, and Kitmer in Stasis. Fleet Action Report, a STO video podcast, Greebog and Nicodus are taking the fight to the enemies of the Kittimer Alliance, potentially on the ground. The ground TFOs have long been ignored, but are here now that their time has come. And in Boards and Swords, a much-delayed PAX Unplugged recap featuring Jessica and Andrew from Gamiosity. Boards and Swords 187. Chris and Philip decided to take a break from the holidays, kind of like us, and it's a new year and time to talk about PAX Unplugged. To help Chris out, Andrew and Jessica Fisher from Gamiosity are on the show.
All right, and in Nomads news, we're starting with Lost Ark. Lost Ark is a free-to-play game that pairs the best of ARPG combat with MMO depth to create a vast, vibrant world with thrilling fights, endless customizations, and endless adventure. Launching February 11th, 2022, this Diablo-esque style action role-playing game with an isometric top-down view. It was originally released in South Korea in 2018, published by Smilegate. It'll be published by Amazon's Games for a NA release. Though it is free-to-play, Founders Packs are available for purchase through Steam and Amazon. These packs offer unusual perks, including a 3-day head start for players on February 8th. Visit the steampowered.com and look for Lost Ark. AIE is currently gauging interest in the game. If you intend to play, please contact Duris or leave a comment in AIE's Discord channel for Nomads with the hashtag Lost Ark or under Lost Ark. Server selection and guild details will be released once that information is available. The website is playlostark.com.
I keep thinking that someone's saying, "Low, Stark."
Yeah,
Hey, that
or
could be too.
IO Stark, or yeah.
I like, as an Iron Man fan, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Low, Stark. Alrighty, over in Diablo 3 news, Season 25 Lords of Hell is live, 12/10/2021. Yeah, that was last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's currently live, of course. Anniversary event, Darkening of Tristram, is live as of January 3rd and will conclude at the end of the month. Explore the Cathedral, Event Dungeon, and acquire anniversary rewards. If you would like an invite to the clan or our community, please ask an AIE Discord's Nomads channel using hashtag Diablo3. And then over in Valheim, we wanted to let everyone know that the Valheim server has been shut down for now, but may be available in the future if there is more interest in the future. A new expansion or DLC or something that gets everyone's attention, something along those lines. A copy of the world is available and can be downloaded from the location pinned in the Valheim channel. And from what I hear, you just throw it in your saved section and you can just have a local copy and, go to town with everything that's been built up to this point.
Yep, exactly. With all the unlocks and everything, it's nice. In WoW news, Where's the Tank Raid team is doing an all-druid fun run of the Sanctum of Domination normal difficulty on January 22nd at 8 p.m. Eastern. They're also considering an all-monk and all-paladin run. There's a sign-up link in the AIE Discord Raid Team News channel for anyone interested. Gusty Tail will be there.
Of course you will.
New Braid had its second run of 2022, and Kinney's flare tanking score increased to 3 deaths. Next week, the plan is to skip to the final bosses of the Sanctum. They're coming for you, Kel'Thuzad and Sylvanas. And Behind the Curve has room for more raiders. Anyone interested, please check the Raid Team recruitment channel. And in WoW Classic news, Mount Hyjal and Black Temple open on January 17th. What year is it? Still, half a guild raid group going every Saturday evening, going strong. Oh, it cut off.
Darn it. And you have a black cat. All right. 1 second. Please hold for sound effects.
Hold on. There we go.
Excellent. All right. SOTOR in-game news. The public test server is up for the time being with no announcement about when they're taking it down. That is good news if you want to work out the test server achievement, which earns you rewards in-game, like a holographic log mount. As far as we know, 7.0, the Legacy of the Sith, is still scheduled for 2/15, 2022. Thank goodness we actually don't do anything for Valentine's Day.
Well, hey,
we're back.
they delayed it last time 2 weeks before release, so
know.
keep an eye out around February 1st and make sure it's still going to
Right,
release.
And I'm certain our buddies at the Escape Podcast will let us know.
Exactly.
For the Guild, December was a cozy month of snowballs and operations and Wookiee hugging. As we roll into the second half of January, though, it's going to heat up. It's total galactic war. That means while guildies play SOTOR, the Guild accumulates points that could win us a planet. This as a serious effort, and competition for a planet is steep. If you want to help out, there are several things you can do in just a few minutes each day that would add substantially to our point total. Drop into the SOTOR Discord channel for specifics. If your character is not in the guild yet, hop on in Sunday or Monday to get in before reset for your points to count. If your character is brand new, not to worry. You'll get substantial points for those early levels. It really is for everyone. So come join us for some pew-pew and show off. Oh, there we go. There we go. Lightsabers here.
Would have been prepared. I would have had mine.
Right?
So these are the ones we made at Disneyland. Yeah, I know I'm holding it, but
Very nice.
This is the Guardian version, and I chose the blue.
And this is Protection and Justice.
Those are hefty looking.
They're very hefty.
They're
oh
heavy.
My goodness.
This is like 2.5, 3 pounds just on the hilt.
It's considerably heavier than our Ultra Sabers. I will tell you that.
Yeah. But hey, Seema, here you go. So, yep. And so we did we'll talk more about it when we get to our what did we do on break, but when you go to Disneyland or Disney World, there's 4 themes you can do. There's Guardian, there's Nature, there's Spirit, and there's what's the 4th one?
I don't know. It's whatever. It's what Ree got. It's the Sith-like one. It's Force and Power, I think.
Force and Power. Yeah. And so we each chose a different theme.
Not intentional. Like we didn't go in intending to do different themes.
Yeah.
We each just naturally chose a different theme.
And a different blade color. I did blue. You did green. Mm-hmm. No, you did yellow.
I did green.
You did green. Ryan did purple. Ree did red. Ryan's is a nature themed one, and it's beautiful. Like where this is, it looks like a leather wrapping around it, and there's another section up here that looks like leather, and it has a horn coming off of it. It's really cool. So very cool. All right.
We digress. Anyway, back to
Yes.
back to news. Sorry.
All right, over to Final Fantasy XIV. Map Night has returned. We're back and hitting up the new treasure dungeon, the Excitatron 6000, every Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Click the pins in the Final Fantasy XIV channel for more info. Great map. It's just, we can't really explain where it is because you got to play the current expansion to know what's going on. But it's. I love that whole setup, like the whole aesthetic where you're zooming around. Yeah, it is a lot of fun. Then over our lovely community member Zoot is also running mount farms on Friday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern. A level requirement depends on what's being run, but is generally adapt to whoever wants to come. Don't be intimidated if you've never done EX trials before. Unsynced, they're not too hard, and everyone is happy to have you and help you through it. I think they ended up doing Innocence this last
think so.
Friday. Yeah, they wanted to do something a little newer, but ended up doing that one instead. Innocence is pretty easy to farm through. But yeah, no, it's the EX trials are a lot of fun. Even unsynced though, they can be a little bit of a challenge, but it's a good challenge. It's not like a we're never going to get through it. It's like, you just got to figure out, like, there's a couple of mechanics that will just instantly kill you, even if you are 50 levels above the content. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Alrighty, and in ESO news, MFNs have resumed after the holiday break. We've spent the first 2 of the year vanquishing world bosses in various zones. We jumped to our death and helped a member get the Slaughterfish achievement. The Daedric War celebration runs from January 20th to February 1st, so MFNs will be focused on doing the dailies for the event tickets and killing bosses. We plan to do more trials on nights we have 12 people online for MFN. There will be a global reveal event for ESO on January 27th at 12 p.m. PST. They are going to give us a peek at the upcoming chapter and DLCs that will be released this year. Tuning into the show on Twitch will earn you a new coral crab pet and a crown crate through Twitch drops as long as your accounts are linked.
That's really hard to say, isn't it?
Yup.
All right. And on STO news, this is going to be a big year for the Fed fleet. Why? Because we're closing in on Tier 5 unlocks, which is the highest unlocks for the Starbase. For the military, we have 15 projects to go. Engineering has 38 projects to go. And science is at 41 projects to go. Well, yes, you can only do one project every 20 hours. One day, let's say. That means we should be working on big unlocked projects for military in 3 weeks or less. This will free up resource requirements and hopefully make it more likely that we're triggering daily. But it even still means 2 months we should have engineering done and 3 months shine should be done, if not sooner. So that is exciting news for the guild.
Yep, and then once they're done with the Starbase, they can work on the fleet itself.
Alrighty, back in time, we'll go to Lord of the Rings Online. After a break for the holidays and Mei Lung needing to heal in real life, SNL returned this past Saturday. The first fight of the new raid is coming to Bull Roarer this week, which it's the test server, isn't it?
Yep.
Treebeard opened up the Mines of Moria a couple of weeks ago. The Ill Omens event is being postponed until maybe later this year so they can focus on the rewards. And lastly, season play is bugged at the moment and will be fixed in a patch this week.
All right. Yeah, there we go. And with that, let's talk about fun and games we had over our break. So, Makala, since you're right there, we'll start with you.
All right. Well,
There.
I did not get as many dice rolled as I'd like to, but I still rolled dice. Our Thursday D&D game, because we do two. It depends on who's available. We do either SJ's our DM or Buddy Mike's our DM. Well, Mike decided he didn't want to do D&D, so we're starting a Travelers campaign. They started the week we were on vacation, and then I joined last week. So I've never played Travelers, so it's interesting to play a new campaign.
Oh my God!
System.
Really? You're playing Traveler?
Yeah, no, nobody died during
No one died during character.
But Sam got maimed. Sam got maimed back.
Okay, all right, good. At least something
no
happened.
one died. You can't die anymore, but you can get maimed. Yeah, you can't die anymore in Traveler creation.
Dying during character creation is half the fun.
SJ got really badly maimed, honey.
Okay.
So yeah,
as long as you lose a limb, you're good. Yeah.
No. She lost yeah, it's not cute. So that's what's going on there. We had done a Call of Cthulhu one-shot for Halloween, which, of course, was done in November. So that was a good time. And then we also did another one for Christmas. And which was done after Christmas because it's us. No, it was done that one was on time. But it was a Krampus storyline. So we were characters in Victorian England, and we were invited to this banquet at a town hall where the proprietor or the curator of a museum was retiring. Well, we come to find out that he was retiring by force, and he was very mad about it. And he had found basically a way to call Krampus on everybody who had been naughty.
Of course.
And right. Also, starting at first level, the equivalent of first level on Call of Cthulhu is hard. You do almost always die. So I was playing basically the equivalent of Sherlock Holmes's niece, but Sherlock Holmes is a mess. Which actually,
I mean, that's accurate.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. Very much it was a version of Sherlock Holmes from the Irregulars that just kind of just an utter mess. Brilliant, but so that was kind of fun. So I was playing a young detective. So one of the things, and there was a red herring, but we kind of used it, and it came out really handy. Is there was a book upstairs in the town hall, and there were these really disturbing images of sugar plum fairies. And we realized it was like, and we thought that maybe it was being used by the curator to call Krampus, and it wasn't. But we were able to get it out, because we saw actually these two horrible little sugar plum fairies come out and start popping people's eyes out and eating them.
Like one does.
Like one does. So we ended up getting the book out and figuring out how to cast a spell from it. And the funny thing was my friend Talia's character she's the one that had all the occult, but I was one that cast the spell. So yes, the Irish girl was playing with fairies.
Oh, not a good idea.
Oh, it was fine because we had the fairies attack Krampus. And not much was affecting him. Our friend James who was playing a fighter, like a boxer, was actually going toe to toe bare knuckle fighting with him. And I mean, he did die, so that was good. But weapons wouldn't hurt it. And it was just this running through this town hall, getting chased by Krampus and taking shots where we could. But yeah, the fairies were very effective. We were finally able to take it down. Maybe, found out that the curator had done it because he was angry about getting displaced. But of course he was crazy. The person who, who replaced him went crazy from seeing all this. Like it was a massacre, but or not a massacre. Like half the town was eaten. But
that's not good.
That wasn't a massacre. That's a buffet.
Right. But we all walked away. Like the player characters all walked away, which is better than our Halloween adventure where one was dead and one was in Arkham.
Yeah.
So anytime you could walk away from it, it's not bad. So we had 5 out of 5 surviving instead of 3 out of 5. So that was a good time. Now we're getting back to our India. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. We're going to Persia with our secondary storyline in our Call of Cthulhu campaign in World War II. And then after we do these next 2 to 3 sessions, we're then going back to our main adventure line, which literally is escaping Egypt as World War II starts on a plane with Nazis. Like you do.
No ticket. Oh wait, that's a blimp.
Oh no ticket. Yeah. But yeah, we're with the people, and also, of course, the same group or the same organization is pursuing our secondary characters. So, yeah, good times. In Star Wars, it's been kind of exciting. One of the most recent things that happened was we went to a planet because there was a Corellian senator that had stolen something, gave a big FU to the New Republic, and gone to this basically space Switzerland, this planet that was neutral. And we were sent there to get the item back from him. They would rather we not kill him, but if we had to, that's on the table. the planet, of course, was going through their big Life Day celebration. So, yay, we got to experience Life Day. The planet has a strong religion around the light and the dark. Come to find out, the king on the planet is very ill. His oldest son, who is a New Republic sympathizer, is going to be most likely inheriting the throne, but his younger sister is an Empire sympathizer, an Imperial sympathizer. Oh, yes, and her assistant, her right-hand man, is a priest on this planet. And by priest, I mean Sith, who was experimented on by my character's mother. So we have that whole plot line coming back. We actually did see him previously on a planet and realized, yeah, he was one of the experiments.
Not good.
So we did really good. We talked to the senator before this meeting he was supposed to have. And he's like, sorry, you don't know what you're getting into. They have my family. I have to give them this thing. Oh, yes. And the senator has Mandalorian guards. And at most parts of the planet, you can't do violence because you get negative. You get disadvantage die if you try to do violence on the planet. Which, goes really great for our party. Usually that's usually the first response is violence. But we did good. We realized, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to save the senator's family. Save the senator's family. We get the device. By the way, the artifact is a holocron. We overheard that they were actually going to do something in the temple. The holocron was the trigger, and it was going to kill everybody in the temple. Which, given the fact that the king was going to be giving a speech, every single important person on the planet was going to be in that temple that night.
Of course.
Right. So we break into this prison, the prison section, which, of course, is the daughter's prison. We find a very, very injured Wookiee. We find the senator's planet. We find the senator's family. We find a Rhodian. We also fight 6 little baby Jedi disciples.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Younglings.
It was just... not quite younglings, but they were priests, but they were following this high priest who's Sith. Let's just say by the end of that, we had 6 lightsabers.
Okay, then.
That was fun. Then we do a great escape with the family. I can't remember his race. I call him a monkey. I apologize. I do not remember. 1 second. I have notes in front of me. I will find out his race.
A monkey?
He looks like a monkey. Yes.
Haven't you always wanted a monkey?
He is a Ikaru.
Oh, okay.
He's an Ikaru. He looks like a monkey. And he's very dexterous. And my character is mildly racist because I'm Imperial. So, I have been known to call him a monkey. Reformed Imperial. So he literally does the Han Solo thing and goes running down the hall as a distraction. But because he's a spy, he's actually able to do it, basically they're not able to find him. He runs into this big party. As we're escaping, there is a better trained apprentice that we fight. Of course, once we get her not doing so great, she runs away. She then reports back to the high priest what's going on. He's like, excellent, they're falling into my plan.
Right.
So we communicate with the senator. Hey, we have your family. We have a rendezvous point. And there's yet another Sith apprentice waiting for us.
Always 2. Anyway, no.
Right. This actually is his actual apprentice. This isn't a minion. This is his actual... She has a name. She's badass. She has a double-bladed lightsaber. Completely cinematic fight, which ends in her mostly dead, laying face down. Oh, and there are parts in the temple or in the castle where you can fight. So that was good, and we actually found ways around that. Laying face down in a pond, we have our double-bladed lightsaber. We have a space chase. We get out. We find out it's a holocron. It's a holocron of somebody who refused to take part in the Sith and Jedi war. So he is neutral. We have 3 Force sensitives. He can train us.
Interesting. You have a gray
And-
Force user.
No, not gray. Stop it. You know how I feel about that.
I
bullshit.
didn't say the other part that really ticks you off.
I know, great Jedi. No. Anyway, so
You have a Revan, anyway.
no, these were So we're getting ready to go back to base, and we get a comm. Hey, there's still some information we need from that planet.
The one you just escaped from.
Do you mind? Oh, which there's now Imperial propaganda that that the New Republic killed the king and his son. The Empire is here to save them all. As you know, 2 Star Destroyers and shuttles and TIE fighters descend down. And, you know, in Rebels, the whole Empire Day parade, oh yeah, that's going on. So that's where they want us to go back.
Very fun.
Yay.
Yep.
Yeah, so it was a really good time, though. We are excited because we do finally have a way to train that doesn't involve the last pureblood Sith or a former Inquisitor or anybody that my character's mother experimented on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great.
Very cool. Anything else?
I think that's about in my gaming news. We're getting back to Zod, that's awesome. Rose game tonight. I mean, I'm going to assume we'll talk about our Disney trip when you get started. So
Okay.
that's what I've been doing in gaming.
Oh no, we lost Mew. All right, well, then.
I'm still here, but I heard some noises.
Oh, okay. We've lost your video and you're muted. So.
Oh my
okay.
goodness, you're muted.
Muted. All right. Well, while Mew investigates spooky noises, should I go
It's
ahead?
The cats. Yeah.
All right. So, a lot of this we'll talk about in a moment. A lot of Disneyland. As for gaming, a little bit of playing Rose campaign. As I said last time, I have been digging heavily into. Can you see this? Yes. Okay. So blueprints for city skylines, for laying out districts, and fun stuff with that. Watching a lot of creator content on city skylines and having a lot of fun just playing around, starting a city, getting about getting a few hours in, going, no, I want to change that design, starting over. So just still, playing and getting used to it, but having a lot of fun in it. I am still going through Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker just because of Disneyland and holidays and dealing with parental moving stuff and cleanup and that sort of thing. Just not a lot of time to sit down and dedicate to it. And it's unlike WoW, where you could literally log in for 15 minutes and accomplish something. Final Fantasy XIV is more like set time aside, because whether you intend to or not, you're going to be there for a while. And it just sucks you in to this, if nothing else, not just that you're going to be in a dungeon, not that you're going to be in a fight. just the story sucks you in so much that you're just sitting there enjoying the story told you, and all of a sudden it's like midnight, and you're like, what? It was 8:30. What happened? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Story happened.
story happened, and good story. So I have a lot of that. So I've been playing a lot of that. Also, just working on my brain. The new hotness that everyone's playing Wordle out of the UK. I've been doing that daily, just trying to see. And I was so mad. I had today's, and I thought I got it in like 3 rows, and they're like 2 choices. It's either this or this, and I picked 50-50 choice. I picked the wrong one, and so I got it in 4 rows. So I don't have a 3-row guess yet, but I'm getting close. But basically, that a lot of City Skylines, a lot of creation stuff, exercising that part of the brain, a lot of Final Fantasy 14. Just like I said, taking it slow, enjoying the story. I'm not in a rush to get through it. It's like a good novel. I just want to sit and enjoy the story as it unfolds, and that. And then what distracted me from Endwalker was, taking a week out to do Disneyland. And so we did, we left on a Sunday, got back on a Saturday, and did 5 days in Disneyland, California. Did both parks, did 3 days, 3 days starting in Disneyland proper, and then 2 days starting in California Adventure. So it was a lot. We went hard for the first couple of days, probably two and a half.
The first 2 days, 2.5 days.
Just kind of tried to get as much done as we could as far as rides and things like that. And then Wednesday was when we did the lightsaber, right? Yeah.
Wednesday was our big Star Wars day.
Yeah, and we started that out. So Monday was a lot of let's go on Indy, let's go on Pirates, let's go on Haunted Mansion. Let's go see Star Wars Land, that sort of thing.
Oh, we looked in Star Wars, like we
Right.
walked around. We didn't do
Exactly.
the stuff.
Right. Yeah. So it's just a lot of, let's do what we can. Tuesday.
Was California, because that was when we did the very long line for the new for
Web
Slingers.
Slingers. Yeah. So we got to do the new Web Slingers ride. We did that once on Tuesday. The
85-minute wait, which then caused us to just buy our way into Rise of the Resistance. Like, no, we're not dealing with that.
Yeah, because the issue is due to I'm gonna just guess COVID and a lot of other economic things right now. Their rides were down a lot. I'm sure they're staffing issues. Yeah, like we actually overheard some people that worked on the Indy ride that have betting pools of how many times it's going to go down a day.
Yeah,
they have shortened when you go in the temple and you get to a certain, or not in the temple, but when you go into the ruins, you get to that part where they show the movie. Well, because of COVID, they've shortened it to a 15-second, maybe 30-second loop.
Yeah,
and
just the
put your stuff here, do this, do that, and repeat. So like the whole Sulla, explanation with everything that goes on for like 4 or 5 minutes. No, it's like 30 seconds on loop. And I'm like, the people working there just have to be going crazy because of that. You were going to say
the Indy ride. That's the one where you get into the car, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's a Jeep. That's basically a Jeep with a bunch of hydraulics on it.
Yep.
And the reason why they have betting pools is because the hydraulics on that thing are so powerful that it can actually make itself jump, and it's a bad thing.
Right.
It's supposed to stay on its track.
Yeah.
So because I was there when they were testing it on Dinosaur, which I think is Countdown to Extinction now, or something along that.
Right.
Or maybe but this is an Animal Kingdom. It's the same tech, and that's the thing. They like to use cast members for their test dummies.
Of course.
So they put you on there, and it's like it has to like figure out how much the people weigh, and that way it knows how to give just enough. Because if it's giving too much, then it starts hopping.
Right.
and falling off. And yeah, it's an interesting tech, but yeah, that's a fun one to break.
Yeah.
I bet.
That one broke. Yeah, most of the popular ones, like we walked in the park Wednesday morning and Pirates was down for an hour. I'm like, did they get the water? And that was the thing. When we finally got on it, the water did seem a lot lower than it normally is for what it was compared to Monday. So I don't know if they were having trouble with the pumping systems or what, but
It could have been that someone dropped something, they had to drain it, pick it up, and then it just hadn't filled all the way up by the time you got in there.
Yeah, but just weird. Haunted was down a couple times, which okay. That seems like the least, other than the cars on the track. You know,
But honestly, Haunted will always pause when you're on it. I mean,
well, that's people getting on and off because that loop.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's, it's always been.
But I mean, it breaking down. That's the. And then so Wednesday we got to do Rise, and we did the Lightning Pass to get on to Rise because we didn't want to wait in the line, and we got through the first third of it, the part where you get to get interrogated, and the ride broke, and they had to take everyone out the behind the scenes entrances, and so we get to see all the behind the scenes stuff, but it's kind of like, well, that was disappointing. Our lightsaber time to create the lightsabers was up, so we went and did that, and then we figured, we'll do Rise afterwards. So we got back once it reopened and went through and didn't have a problem. It's a fun ride, but those lines are just, and it wasn't that busy, honestly. I mean, we were there the week before they cut over back to the normal stuff from Christmas.
Well, it was busy because people were doing the holiday stuff, though. Because honestly, it was far busier than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people were back at school, but I think a lot of people were taking advantage of that.
Yeah.
And
Go ahead.
No, I think a lot of people were thinking the same, that, hey, kids will be back in school, let's go.
Yeah.
And also kind of people extending the holidays.
Yeah, well, I talked to somebody on Friday that was a key holder, and this was the first time they were allowed to go in for the year, just because they had blacked out all the dates beforehand. Go ahead. Oh, okay, some mutes. So we did that, and then like once we got through all that, it was kind of like, okay, we're just gonna rest and kind of relax for the rest of the afternoon, evening, which was nice because we stayed at the Grand Californian because we splurged because it was Ryan's 18th birthday celebration, her graduation celebration because she never got to graduate ceremony, her girlfriend's 21st birthday, the whole thing. And so it's just a big, and we're like, we're going to splurge. We're going to do it because if we want to walk off and go nap and come back, we can.
It was literally, I timed it. The way that I walk, which I know is quicker than the way most people walk. It was 5 minutes from the door of our hotel room to the front gate.
Yeah. Which is much better than dealing with waiting for shuttles and all that. Yeah. So, and then Thursday and Friday were just kind of like, what haven't we done that we want to do? Or
what do we love that we want to do again?
Right. And that sort of thing. We had a birthday dinner with one of our friends. It was her... What birthday? It was her birthday. It was her birthday.
They have to be, because they have a 5-year-old. They're taking him to the park for the first time. It happened to fall over her birthday, so we did lunch with her, and the girls went and took the kiddo out.
But we sat at the nice restaurant.
We went to the wine terrace and the Grand Californian, and God, the food was so good in the park. But 2 has really amazing food, so that was fun. And then a buddy of mine that I game with happened to meet us Wednesday afternoon night, and he had never had the bao buns in the park.
Mm.
So we introduced him to bao, and of course we did have the lobster rolls.
Yep.
Thank you very much, Mew. And it was really great because we actually had a few date nights, just the 2 of us at the park. Because
We had the sip and save passes for the stuff, which we used, and that was nice.
yeah. I mean, Friday became, okay, how much can we eat? Okay, we can't eat anymore. So we gave them to people like, hey, do you want these passes? There's a few tickets left.
Yeah. So it was fun. It was busier than we thought it was going to be, but it was a lot of fun. Definitely, we'll be back, but we just had a lot of fun. And there's a lot of pictures we have a lot of pictures on Facebook and
Instagram and stuff. And I posted our Star Wars pictures in the chat.
Because we did some Disney.
That was a fun day.
We did some Disney bounding, so.
The family loved me, and they Disney bound every day.
Yep.
And I got what I wanted from the trip, which was family pictures. And that one, so there's a picture I posted in the chat of us with Kylo Ren's shuttle in the background, and there's TIE fighters around us, and that is Cam, Ryan, I's, it's now all of our
screens.
Phone screens.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. Highly recommend it. And the Disney photographers were amazing. Like,
they were.
If nothing else, getting the photo pass each day was definitely worth it for the days we were in costume and could find the photographers to do stuff. They were really wonderful. So.
Yeah.
Yep.
Highly suggest it.
All right. But Mew, we have talked long enough. What have you and the cats been up to?
All kinds of things. Just Sammy wanting to say hi.
Hey, Sammy. You're the good boy.
I mean, without saying, I definitely spent a lot of time on Final Fantasy XIV during the break. I probably have been deeper in it than I've ever been so far. I mean, it's the story just hit perfectly. Like, it's Shadowbringers was a perfect story, and then Endwalkers was just like another perfect story on top of it, and such a nice, neat bow on everything. And we're eager to see what's next. But yeah, no, I've been like really enjoying pretty much every aspect of the game, doing things that I had not even done before. Like I had not done. There's a thing called Wondrous Tales that you can do. It's you talk to Chloe in Idleshire, little tiny cat girl, and every week she'll give you a book, and she's like, "Okay, go do some fun stuff and tell me about it."
Right. Yeah.
And you get little stickers for each activity you do. And if you get a line, you get special stuff. If you get 2 lines, you get special stuff. 3 lines is all the the super special stuff. Or no lines, you just get a bunch of random junk.
Yep.
But so like for the very first time, I've actually completed 2 of those books. So it's like
nice.
Yeah. So it's not as hard as I would have expected. Especially because you get second chance points all the time in these dungeons. So. And those really help you stack the sticker book in your favor. But if the week's almost over and it's time to get a new book, it's really easy just to use those second chance points. Just to if there's a really easy dungeon you can solo, just keep resetting it, and you just keep hitting that, and you can get all your stickers that way. But yeah, getting into the crafting, actually doing the crafting quests, for a change. So that's been some of them I've done scattered around, but for the first time I found instead of spreading myself across all 6 of my different alts in Final Fantasy, I've kind of been focusing on one, especially with the server hopping thing coming soon.
Right.
With the possibly with 6.1, we'll see. They're still trying to figure things out, how the servers behave, because game's popular, guys.
To the point where they had to quit selling it and quit advertising it. I mean,
yes.
Who does that in this day and age?
Yeah, they're like, please stop giving us money. Please stop. Like, no amount of money will get us more servers, so go ahead and just stop giving us money for a while.
Right, yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no, they've got some good news coming. Like, it looks like on the 25th we have Oceania coming. So that might, we'll see. A lot of the Australian friends that I play with aren't going to move there because they play with us. So it's like, why would we leave and be by ourselves?
Well, it was the same thing in WoW, but they did eventually, a lot of them did move over just because of the ping times.
Yeah, yeah. So that that might eventually happen, but like so we might see some relief in some of these queues not being so bad in everywhere else. But I have a feeling where the data center that's going to feel it the best is probably Japan
Mhm.
because a lot of Australians go to Japan to play because they get the best pings there. But yeah, that's some relief coming. You can buy the game finally on the 25th. Join all the fun. But no, it's just more Final Fantasy than I think I've ever played. Actually getting multiple classes up to max 90. I had almost had them up to 80 by the time the expansion hit, but finally the expansion did hit, and so I just went along with that. But now back to leveling all that. It's just very very engaging. There's been this uh, there's been this streamer clip show, Lulu's stream show on YouTube. That's been very entertaining to see. Get it catch up on all the stuff that you can't watch all the streams at once, of course.
Right.
I mean, you can try. Some of my friends do try for some reason, but that's just chaos. But they get all the really good clips and throw it on there, and so I highly recommend that if you are curious to see what goes on in the streaming lives in Final Fantasy 14, check out Lulu. They also have a lot of really good fashion stuff. Because glamour is the end game in this game.
Oh yeah.
So if you want some tips on different glamours and whatnot, I highly recommend that. Yeah, it's been pretty much most of my gaming. I mean, I've touched a few games here and there. Kind of poked at Outriders again a little bit. That's still a pretty fun co-op game to play. Also done by Square Enix, just a different part of them. And what else? That's it's really just consumed all of my time. Of course, I spent a little bit of holiday time in Animal Crossing, but it's just because it's fun to play in the snow. But yeah, no, just way too much time in that game. We did have some fun here at the house a couple weeks ago. We had a crane come by and deliver a swim spa, so that was
nice.
a notable event.
Yeah.
Because those things are tall.
Yeah, they are.
Like I tried to take a picture and I couldn't. I had to do a panoramic because it just keeps going and keeps going. But yeah, that was an interesting day. But for the most part, no, we're just hunkering down here at home, making home the nicest place possible.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same here.
Our time here. Yeah. So yeah, not quite as interesting as you guys have been up to, but we all enjoy ourselves over here.
Well, like we said, that was our major adventure. Like that was sticking our toe out into the world, going, okay, back home now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And like we double masked everywhere. We were very, very, very anxious. Like there were certain rides I avoided. I love Space Mountain. I love Space Mountain so much.
It's so tight.
It's a inside screaming ride, and I felt that was a bad idea.
Yeah. The inside screaming. You're screaming into the clouds of dust of virus dust. Everyone just left behind. Yeah.
No. I cannot do Space Mountain. I'm fine.
Yeah.
No, you did though the loop on
the Incredicoaster.
Incredicoaster. Yeah. But that's an outdoor screaming one.
Yeah.
That's an outside screaming ride.
Yeah,
not an indoor screaming ride.
Yeah. Oh, and we did the Ferris wheel and didn't get stuck on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
and we did.
That's not any fun.
And of course we did the wimpy ones because I cannot stand those moving.
Yeah, I don't like those either. Like it's you just want to sit up there and enjoy the view and like. Yeah, you're getting pinged by my watch.
Same you. Congratulations on closing all 3 of your activity rings. Did you close your activity ring by gesticulating at a podcast?
Yes. Yeah, no, actually, what we actually did is since it was a whopping 60 degrees out today, we went for a walk.
Nice.
So which confused my watch. It's like, what are you doing? Your exercise ring's closed already.
I know.
What? Are you okay?
Where mine is the hey, it's noon and you haven't closed your exercise. Are you okay?
Yeah.
And then there was Disneyland.
And then there was
when
Disneyland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was 50 miles.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did 50 miles at Disney.
Yeah.
Apparently, we need to get Mrs. Mewen to do that because she's taking on way too many. She really
I know
loves
she
doing
is.
the virtual
We've
walk
talked
runs.
about some of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So, sorry, continue.
Oh no, just to say that she's taken on one that's My Little Pony themed, and I want to say it's like 600 miles.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So she's like, okay, well, if I do a mile a day, it's like, ooh, you're gonna be doing a lot of walking.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I'm trying to think how much I do a month, because I do.
Well, if you do 4 miles on your hikes on average,
Right.
and you do
Right,
that, let's say
right.
6 days, that's 24
Yeah,
a week.
if I run or if I hike, it's 4 miles.
Yeah. So probably close to 100 miles a month.
Yeah, I could do it.
Wow.
Oh, by the way, so also if people who are going to Southern California for Disney, we have a really cool tip, which is order online for Portos, which is this really amazing Cuban bakery. And there's one literally next to our Knott's Berry Farm. You order online, you do your pickup, and then you have room for you have food for the room.
Yep. And
And
you
then
don't
you
have to
do
worry about
another-
breakfast in the park.
And then you do another order on your way out, and you have delicious take-home pastries.
Yep.
Also, Sunday or Saturdays at Portos, it is not an hour wait to get in there, because we pulled up to get our food, and there was not a huge line. It's like, all right, let's just get breakfast.
Yeah.
Because usually, like literally,
When you pull up, it's an hour.
like the last time I was in Southern California, the second longest line of the trip was Portos.
But they do the online
right.
ordering really well. So
Yeah, and you can pick what time you want and all that. So
awesome. All right. Well, anything else, Mew?
No, just lots of sleeping cats right now.
I love
Don't know where the
sleeping
other one
cats.
got to.
All right. Well, that will be our show for tonight while the chat room begins suggesting show titles. Yay, chat room. We want to
Hi, chat
thank
room.
each other. Welcome,
Yay!
welcome
Thanks,
back,
everybody.
How to Podcast.
How to podcast.
What is
Yes.
cat bust?
Yes.
Chat pod.
So thank you for joining us.
All right. And you have questions, comments, complaints about our show. You can actually don't complain about that. I guess you could. Creative complaints. How's that?
Creative
Ways that we
criticism.
can be better.
Yeah.
We'll take those. You can email us at podcast@aie-guild.org. You can follow us on Twitter. The show is at AIE Podcast. Mew is at The Mew Cow. I am at Cyberwave. And Tet is at Ivory Tiger. We record live with video every other Sunday, except when we're on Christmas break, at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. You can join the chat room and play with us on our website, aie-guild.org/podcast-live-stream. And our Discord server for chat is the AIE Guild info/Discord. For past episodes, you can see them on our YouTube channel. Just look for the AIE Podcast on YouTube. Our theme was composed by the amazing Andrew Allen. Follow him with Keys with Soul or visit his website, andrewallenmusic.com.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, next time we will be talking to Jedi in Guild Wars 2. And just a quick note, somebody popped into our Twitch channel, and I apologize that we didn't catch that real quick. But if you are still playing EVE Online, there is an event going on called Interstellar Convergence. It's the Doctor Who crossover, and that ends February 1st. So, I just wanted to get that in there on our way out the door. So,
Awesome.
until then, AIE, this is Tetsemi,
This is Makala.
This is Miko.
and this has been the AIE Podcast. Yay!
Yay!
I'm Ron Burgundy.
Right? I will read anything put on there. All right. Cool. All right.
Peter, I love that you spelled lightsaber the correct way, because I tend to spell things British.
Yep. Lightsaber.
That's right.
I know.
It's right. Thank you guys for coming.
Yep. All right. We have
Hey,
some.
Zod, if you ever want to come in for a guest host spot, We could do a 4-man podcast.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of which,
Podcast.
randomly, we were watching YouTube the other night, and I want to say like an 8-year-old AIE podcast popped up for some reason.
Oh, really?
neat.
Yeah. I'm like, wow, look at all these faces.
I know.
Like,
Yeah.
that's usually the indication that we've seen all of the internet, so it starts showing us old stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Wow,
Exactly. Yeah. Cool. All right, chat room. Well, it is dinner time, and then we got to get to a game later. So,
Yeah. Luckily,
Y'all-
I have dinner pre-made.
yep.
you
Y'all
go.
have fun. We will see you in
Oh,
two
we
weeks.
need show titles.
Oh yeah.
Wait, they're up there. I grabbed Tybers
I know.
and
Okay.
so we'll surprise them.
Okay.
Random.
Yep. All right.
RNG. Roll a dice.
Well, I'm putting my vote in on the show notes.
Yeah. Well, we knew that. So.
Oh, hush you.
All right. We'll talk to you folks later. Thank you, chat
Thanks,
room.
guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Wonderful.